The President to address us, and I just want to reassure you, President, that we shall work very closely under your direction on this matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, PCS. Please, let's take our seats. Good afternoon, everybody. Karibuni. Mawaziri mulio hapo, gavana wetu, Mheshimiwa Sakaja, Deputy Governor, Mr. Speaker, sir, na CECs mulio hapa, na nimeona leader of majority wa kutoka city yetu ya Nairobi, na wale MCAs wengine wote, karibuni sana. Your Excellency, the Governor of the City of Nairobi, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our Constitution establishes two levels of government distinct in mandate, yet interdependent in purpose. It recognizes that as our capital city grows, responsibilities expand, and national priorities evolve, the institution of government must work in structured partnerships within the law, in coordination, and in the national interest to guarantee effective governance and reliable service delivery. It is in this constitutional spirit of cooperative governance that we are gathered here today to strengthen collaboration between the national government and the Nairobi City County government, and to deliberately raise the performance, efficiency, and global standing of our city. Nairobi is not merely another devolved unit. Nairobi is our capital, the seat of the Republic, and the nerve center of national administration. It hosts diplomatic missions from across the world. It is home to 2 United Nations agencies. Nairobi is the only UN headquarters presence in the global south, and it stands as a commercial, financial, and innovation hub of our region. For many visitors and investors, Nairobi is not just the face of Kenya. Nairobi is Kenya. That standing carries a serious obligation. A capital city must work, as Governor will tell us. It must function. It must meet the highest standards of order, infrastructure, efficiency, and service delivery, not only for its 5 million residents, but also for the millions who depend on it every day. Yet, the fiscal and operational framework of county financing was not designed for a capital city of this scale and responsibility. Nairobi carries national, regional, and global obligations, but is funded largely through the same formula as other counties. Today's cooperation agreement is designed to close the gap. It is actually designed to close that gap fully and within the confines of the law and the Constitution. Let me be clear on the legal foundation. Article 189(2) of our Constitution requires the 2 levels of government to cooperate, assist, and consult each other. The Intergovernmental Relations Act provides mechanisms for formal coordination agreements. The Urban Areas and Cities Act recognizes the special status of the capital city of Nairobi and provides the framework for joint cooperation. So this agreement is anchored in the Constitution, in the Intergovernmental Relations Act and in the Urban Areas and Cities Act. We are not operating in a vacuum. Indeed, since the enactment of the Urban Areas and Cities Act in 2012, this cooperation agreement is 14 years late. It should have been in place with the advent of devolution. What we are augmenting today is not a transfer of functions. Let me repeat. There is no transfer of functions happening. For the avoidance of doubt, I have no interest in running the city of Nairobi. My hands are full. The governor and his team must run the city of Nairobi. But I have an obligation as the President of Kenya to assist the city of Nairobi for all the reasons that I have stated. The Nairobi City County Government retains its legal mandate. What is being enhanced is structured national government support where capital city performance affect the entire republic. This cooperation agreement focuses on 4 key work streams: water and sewerage, roads, bridges and drainage, housing and related infrastructure development, including lighting, as well as solid waste management and Nairobi rivers regeneration. On street lighting, Nairobi has about 70,000 lighting points, but only 21,000, about 30%, are fully operational today. A city of Nairobi's stature must be fully lit, fully safe, and fully functional. To address this, we are committing 3.7 billion towards street lighting modernization and expansion. Under this agreement, we will complete 10,000 and install an additional 40,000 lighting points. Because high electricity costs contribute to outages, we will transition progressively to solar solutions. I have given very clear instructions to the people concerned. We will also commercialize lighting poles so that advertising revenue supports maintenance. Going forward, construction of new roads will now include lighting by design. There will be no road constructed now in the city going forward. Part of the contract will be lighting, so that the road is not complete until it is lit. Ladies and gentlemen, across the city's 9 major informal settlements, families sometimes pay more for illegal electricity than residents in formal estates pay legally. In some cases, people in informal settlements pay up to 150% more. This is an injustice we must correct. I'm sure MCAs here know. The member of County Assembly from Mathare Hospital has been on my case. Mukuru Kayaba, Mukuru Kwaruben, Gitari Marigu, Korogosho, Kibra, Deep Sea Slum. All those areas have been, electricity has been switched off. These are residents of the city living in darkness. The national government, working with the Kenya Power, we will invest 1.5 billion in transformers and proper last mile connections, alongside a prepaid bulk framework to lower power costs for low-income households and to make sure that their connections are legalized. In the long term, we will transform informal settlements through affordable housing and a 3.3 billion upgrade program covering transformers, prepaid metering, and settlement lighting around footpaths, markets, schools, and health facilities. On water and sanitation, Nairobi faces both a supply shortage and significant systems losses. We will invest 2.1 billion at Ngedu treatment plant to stop daily losses of approximately 50,000 cubic liters. Another 3.3 billion will go into the Kigiri-Shaurimoyo evacuation corridor to stabilize and extend supply to high demand zones. As Governor said earlier, added onto the 140 million cubic liters, we will now enhance it by another 50,000 in a short while, even as we focus our attention in mobilizing funding for Maragua 4 and Northern Collector 2 to secure long-term water stability for Nairobi and neighboring counties. Just to mention, the Minister for Water knows very well that among the 50 mega dams that are in our strategic plan that will be funded under the National Infrastructure Fund is Maragua 4 that will supply water to the city of Nairobi. On sanitation, as part of the Nairobi River Regeneration Program, we are committing 9 billion to build 2 parallel 27-kilometer trunk sewer networks along the Nairobi River corridor, and 6 billion for a new sewer treatment plant that will treat 60,000 cubic liters of water per day, securing capacity for at least the next 40 years. An additional Kenya shillings 3 billion will support last mile sewer connectivity, while 15 billion shillings is set aside for long-term sewer expansion across the city of Nairobi. On roads, bridges, and drainage, we are spending a total of 8.7 billion shillings. Kenya shillings 2 billion has been allocated to complete phase 1 of Kura roads within the next 2 months. We are also mobilizing additional funding of 1.7 billion for a 57-kilometer road package starting in April this year under phase 2. Phase 3, valued at Kenya shillings 5 billion, will also be procured this financial year. And this has had the input of the members of the County Assembly of the City of Nairobi. In every ward, we will enhance road networks under the 5 billion shilling mobility and safety program, completed by 3.7 billion from the county government. Complemented, sorry. I know the Nairobi City County has a program which will cost about 3.7 billion shillings. We have agreed on what they will do, but we will also provide a further 1 billion to be dedicated to drainage improvement. We all know when it rains what happens to the city of Nairobi. And my instructions to both the Ministry of Infrastructure and Roads and Housing is that we do not want a flooded city this year. You have to move with speed so that we do what we have to do. If there will be any flooding, it should be minimal. But by next year, we should have corrected the problem that we have. In solid waste management, the county has already allocated 100 acres for material recovery facilities and transfer stations, committing 4 billion shillings, we agreed Sakaja, while the national government will provide 2 billion shillings every year within the existing framework to advance circular waste systems. Ladies and gentlemen, security is non-negotiable, especially for a modern capital city like Nairobi. I therefore direct the Cabinet Secretary for Interior to prepare and present within 60 days a framework for a dedicated Nairobi Metropolitan Police Unit. To work hand in hand with the Nairobi County Security. We will make, and we must make Nairobi safe for citizens, visitors, investors, and business alike. Our cooperation with the Nairobi City County government, ladies and gentlemen, is not beginning today. This partnership is already visible in the Nairobi Rivers Regeneration Program, a 50 billion shilling initiative transforming riverine settlements through housing, sanitation, public spaces, and environmental restoration, and employing over 45,000 young people in the city of Nairobi. Governor, I hope you find some time tomorrow. I want to undertake an inspection of what is going on that program. Today, we are amplifying what we already started. With an initial quantified capital package of everything that I have said, amounting to 80 billion across priority sectors, this structured partnership is designed to deliver measurable impact and expand opportunities for all in Nairobi County. It is correct, ladies and gentlemen, and it is right for us to do what we are doing. I want to persuade the many people who never see anything good about